started posting this topic, when I started posting the account, I don't like to say story. When I started posting the account of the 200 fallen angels and the origin of the 200 fallen angels on Facebook and started promoting for this broadcast, I had a religious person, Muslim, Muslim brother. He said, "Oh, brother, I'm gonna be looking forward to hearing the broadcast." He posted that, as a comment on one of my on the post, and I said, "Okay, but I caution you that you're not going to hear what it is you want to hear about the 200 fallen angels. I'm not going to promote them or talk about them as though they fit inside of your scope of religion. I'm not going to promote them as a group of spooks and spirits and demons and evil people with horns in their head and all this madness. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to simply tell the truth about the 200 fallen angels and what that story really means and what that, I should say account. I don't like to use the word story because story, resonates in people's minds as something that's made up, a fairy tale. And no, the 200 fallen angels are definitely not a fairy tale. We're going to discuss that tonight. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and tonight on State of Mental Radio, we're discussing the 200 fallen angels. Who are the real 200 fallen angels, and who are their descendants on earth today? It's very simple who the descendants of the 200 fallen angels are on earth today. It's the black race. You are the 200 fallen angels. Every one of the black race, the so-called Negro, you are the 200 fallen angels. It's not anybody else from any other race. I'm going to just put it plain and clear like that. Reason why it's not anyone else on the planet. It's not the white man. It's not the East Indians. It's not the Arabs. None of these people of the human race, because they were created on earth. They were created here on earth. They weren't created beyond the earth or on another realm or in heaven or wherever you religious people think this realm or this place where your God exists in some clouds and some mystery cloud somewhere. No, these people were created here on earth as a science experiment for the God race, the Amen beings. Now I know that's not gonna resonate well with the religious people because they want me to teach it as that the 200 fallen angels are some demons and that they negative people and this, that, and the third, and they fell from heaven, and they want me to do the whole story and whatnot. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna get into and stroke your egos and tell you what you want to hear, because that's the problem with a lot of religious people. They'll sit up here and they only want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear the story the way their doctrine dictates that the story was, but their doctrine is full of fairy tale and mystery, and they don't have any pure understanding of that account. They don't understand where it comes from. That's not really a biblical story. That story originates from the old Sumerian accounts of a god by the name of Enki and his brother Enlil, and the war that broke out in heaven amongst those two. You understand? That story comes from them, those who were of the sky and those who were on earth, meaning those people, those advanced people, those advanced black people, those ascended black people, those royal black people who got into a disagreement and a fight and a war broke out, and those people who created this planet. I said that the angels, as they're referred to, is nothing but a Greek word for angelos, which means messengers. Right? Now, these messengers who came to Earth from another planet, from another world, right? They refer to it in Sumerian as Nibiru, or Planet X, as they're referring to it now in this day and time, who came to this world, the advanced black men and women who came to this world, and they got locked into this world upon creating the human race, which is your East Indians, your white race, and your Asians, right? Artificial beings on earth, your human race, a created race of beings, in which they used single-celled amoebas that they dropped into the water, into the oceans of the earth, and part of their DNA to create this human race, this created race of beings, these men, made people. So their job from this God race, the Amen beings, was to stay and watch over the planet and keep law or keep guidance over these people, over the human race, so that they could work. The story of the Sumerians, where they talk about, shall I say, the account of the Sumerians, when they talked about the man being made, right, and being made for the purpose of working, was right and exact. It was right and exact. They were made for mankind was made for the purpose to work, and the God race, the Amen beings, a section of them were supposed to stay down here and supervise them. A section of your so-called black race was supposed to be here and supervising them, okay? While they did manual work like digging out gold from the earth and mining and doing the things like that for the God race, for the advanced race, right? Now, this story was taken, as I said, this story was taken into the Bible. However, the biblical theologians and the people in the church and the council and the sea, they changed the story and they took certain things out of the story from the Sumerians because they didn't want to make it seem as though it was an obvious link between the two stories. So they wanted to soften it. They wanted to give this whole account of man being created, they wanted to give this whole account of it being some sort of divine thing, and that, man was created to serve God. Now notice they stayed with the whole thing of serving God. They say that man's purpose is to serve God, but they don't tell you how man's purpose is, what man is supposed to do or what woman is supposed to do to serve God. Why do they tell you to serve God? Why is that in the Bible to serve, that your purpose here is to serve God? How do you serve God? All right? They said, be fruitful and multiply and obey the laws of God. Why does God want you to be fruitful and multiply? Why? Because the whole point of being fruitful and multiplying for the human race was to produce more workers, a.k.a. slaves. Right? In Islam, you're referred to as all Muslims are referred to as Abdullah. Right? Abdullah. You're a slave to Allah. They say servant, slave. It's the same thing. Notice in Christianity, serve God, and in Islam, you're a slave to God. Where does that come from? Again, the Sumerian story about how the human beings, mankind, was made to serve the gods, work for them, slavery, and the gods, aka the Amen beings, the Amen race, was your black race, and they were your overseers of the white man, the East Indian, and everyone else. The white man came later, but they were the overseers of your East Indians and all these other people. That's why, if you notice, in these people's homelands, prior to them erecting their gods in their image, they erected gods in the image of black men and black women. Right? The Pope still has the statue in the Vatican of the mother and the child. Was supposed to be Mary and Jesus, which was actually Isis or Aset and Haru, or Isis and Horus. Okay? That's still there. They kept these things there purposely. Right? They still got the picture of the and not just in the Vatican, but in Spain, they still have the picture of the Black Madonna and the child. So that was a link back to the ancient world where our people had these. They set up there and worshipped our people because we were their overseers. We were their masters. Now, when they talk about the fallen angels, when they say they fell, what did they fall to? What did they fall into? They fell into a mentality, fell into the earth. They fell into the mindset or the submental state of the human beings. They started to mix their seed with the humans. Your East Indians, your whites, and your Asians, they weren't supposed to do that. So they started violating laws amongst themselves. First law amongst the Amen beings was they were not supposed to mix in with the humans. All right? They were not supposed to partake in anything that the humans were doing. The laws and religion was given by the Amen beings to the humans as guidance so that they would follow and work and stay in a certain order. because prior to that time, your mankind, your beasts, and all these other people, the East Indians, all of them were running around wild, naked in caves and doing all this stuff from the Caucasus Mountains. So religion and laws were given to govern them by us, to civilize them. You understand? Now, the Nation of Islam and all these people are talking about we civilize a white man, but they can never give you a timeline of where this took place. They come up with these tribe of Shabazz things when there's no tribe of Shabazz. Nowhere in history. However, the Sumerians, they all those stories, all those accounts of creating man to serve God, to work in the mines, to dig out gold, because there's the whole idea of creating the human race was to create them as a slave race. And if you notice throughout the Bible, the whole theme of slavery is always through it, always going throughout the Bible. And slavery, if you notice today, has plagued the black man and black woman in all forms of religion. You understand? It has plagued us. Notice it's plagued us. It was punishment. It's plagued us in Christianity when we were allowed to go into bondage and under the laws or under the religion. You understand, the made-up philosophies of the white man through Christianity, where he took things from us and flipped them around on us. Yeah, you understand that? You notice how we went into slavery under the Muslims, and in Africa we went into slavery under them, under the Arabs and Islam. Now, people in the Nation of Islam and all that so-called black Muslims try to act like this never happened, just like the black Christians try to act like that never happened with Christianity, where we was in bondage to the white man. They just seem to forget all that. They act like Christianity and Islam fell out the goddamn sky. You understand? They when you bring that up to them, oh, it wasn't that. They try to sugarcoat. Oh, it wasn't that kind of slavery. Nigga, what kind of slavery? Slavery is slavery. You was forced to work for these people. They forced a religion on you. In other words, if you look at it, the things we did to them that was natural, and creating the humans, giving them laws and things like that so that they could govern them, they flipped it around on us. They flipped it around on us, and we've been punished ever since. This is the punishment we were placed upon, that was placed upon by us, by the advanced ones of our people, of the almond beings, for mixing our seed. And it visited the children. It visited us, the descendants of the almond beings today, because we mixed our seed with these people. Much like if you notice today, we doing again. We mixed our seed with these people. We broke law. We broke genetic law. We broke almond law, which is not to interfere in the timeline of the humans, because we were not supposed to crossbreed our genetics, because they are a created race. We were not supposed to partake in the things they were doing. We were not supposed to accept their ways. We were supposed to be giving them laws. So when it talks about the people falling, and you see when it talks about the angels, they try to paint them as demons and negative people and whatnot. Yes, that's what our people became over time. That's what our people became over time upon following mankind, the beast, the created beings, the humans. That's what the so-called black man and black woman, a.k.a. the bright man and bright woman, became over time, because you started to lose your light. You started to lose your light, which meant your connection. Your connection to the future, to the mental state, where you would receive higher intelligence or random access to future knowledge, that which kept you ahead of everybody else. You lost your connection. That's why we're going through what we're going through right now. That's why we are the descendants. We are the children of the 200 fallen angels who fell from grace. What does it mean to fall from grace? Meaning to fall out of connection, to fall out of being in tune or in tone. Because what do they say? What do they say in religion? You have to atone for your sins, right? Which is another way of saying attune, right? As in the Egyptian word attune, or tune in, or lift your vibration to get beyond your sin. So then what do we have to do? We start learning that we had to pray and try to make what is prayer supposed to be used for? To make a connection, right? So what was we doing in prayer? We was trying to remake a connection, even though we didn't know we was. We thought we was praying like the rest of the so-called human race, where we was trying to connect or make some kind of connection to God, but we actually were supposed to be making a mental connection to God, or to the God race, the almond beings. Our ascension, trying to reconnect ourselves so we move off of the submental state with mankind, out of the subliminal state, We're trapped here mentally. Y'all are trapped here because y'all keep following the ways of the beast. Y'all still breaking the laws. The Israelites will tell you, oh yeah, you brother, we under punishment. You know, the children of Israel are under punishment. But they don't understand the rest of the account of why you're under punishment, because they keep perpetually breaking the laws. These guys are talking about mixing their seed with the white woman and all these other women, right? When you're not supposed to do that. That was the first law that you broke. You understand? It tells you all throughout the Bible, they use like children of Jacob and the 12 tribes and the children of Israel, all that, and they tell you not to mix your seed throughout that Bible. The children of Israel are the descendants of the 200 fallen angels, the 200 fallen messengers. Why? Because they were supposed to be when they refer to in ancient Egypt, it all links up where it talks about Anubis being the messenger between heaven and hell, right? Messenger or angel, meaning that you are carrying, these people, our people, were supposed to be carrying messages from the linear state or from the future world into earth to govern, right? To govern mankind, to keep them working, to keep order here on the planet. That was the whole point. The whole point was to keep order here, to keep them working, to keep them digging for gold and minerals and things like that. That was the whole point of us being here and overseeing the human race. However, like I said, we forgot. We started to feel as though we were part of these people. We started to lose our light, our brightness, our connection, and we became like mankind. That's when it goes into the story. It said that at one point our people lived 120 years, and then we started dying like the beast. We started dying at earlier ages because we mixed our seed. We broke genetic law. We accepted their mentality. A lot of our people started to become homosexuals and lesbians. You look at the so-called black man today and black woman today. That so-called curse or that punishmental order is still on. Look at the kids today. It's back on stronger than ever. Right? You got so-called black people walking around, homosexuals and lesbians today, walking around looking like punk rockers, tattoos all over their body. That's more of our people falling deeper and deeper into the descent of the beast, being falling under the submental state of the beast, and you are falling further and further into that state, that lower state. You understand? But there was coming a time where it talked about the 144,000, where the elect would raise up from amongst the 200 fallen angels, the 200 descendants of the 200 fallen angels, because our people are all over the world now. And they are fallen because they're dead receivers. They're not in tune. They've lost their light, meaning their connection. They've lost their way into the future. So now they're under the beast. They're under his submental control. They're trapped. That's why you were allowed to go into slavery. You are allowed to go into bondage here in America. Your redemption was supposed to come when our people came here to America. When y'all were supposed to set up your own society, y'all wasn't supposed to go into Africa because the Africans were already dead receivers. They were already burnt out. They were already finished. Now, a lot of people say, oh, brother, you coming up with this? Where you coming up with this from and this, that, and the third? I'm coming from where the story originally came from, the Sumerian story. They'll go, and the people in religion go, oh, brother, what's the word they want to say? That's fairy tales, or that's what's the word? It starts with a P. That's gods of the field. I'm forgetting what the word they say, but they'll say these are made up stories. But your stories is filled with mystery. Your story about the 200 fallen angels is filled with mystery, and you have no real explanation for it. Yet you accept it. It's full of holes. The story, should I say the account, right? The account of the Sumerians, which y'all discard because your religious leaders tell you to discard that story. However, they stole the story from the Sumerians and put that whole story in the Bible. It's lifted right from the Sumerian story. They just cleaned it up a little bit, and the white man even admitted it. You understand? You go on your Ancient Aliens and your Nat Geo, you'll see him. He admits the story, but these Negroes are so ingrained in their religious belief that they don't want to accept it. They want to make the 200 fallen angels a mystery, and like I said, to put a face to the 200 fallen angels and say that that's the black race, that the black race is cursed. You understand that our people are cursed because we was severed. Our connection was severed. You understand? We received that punishmental order on us for mixing our seed with the mankind and the human race, and we fell down here with them on that same level mentally and physically, and we were not able to think beyond them. That's the punishment. We are those descendants of the 200 fallen angels, and it's starting to weigh itself out. It's starting to bleed itself out. I'm trying to think of that word because it's in the back of my head, and I hate that. I hate when I have a word in my head. They call it paganism. That's the word I was looking for. Paganism. They'll say that brother, that story's about paganism and pagan God. Why is it paganism and pagan gods when it come from us? When it come from black people, but you accept Islam from the white man and his story and Islam from the Arabs and all these other people, right? That's filled with mystery. They never put a face to the 200 fallen angels ever. They never tell you anything about it. They don't tell you that it's a race of people. That it's our people. Like I said, our people fell down here. We're not from this planet. We are from planet X, the 10th planet, what they refer to as Nibiru. We're from there. Our ascension is from there. We are not from this world. You can look and tell. You can look at us and tell. You can tell who are the ones who were created on this planet versus us who wasn't created here. You could tell that the humans, i.e. your East Indians, your Arabs, your Chinese, your white man, and the rest of them who have that straight animal hair who were created in the water, you could tell that these people were created here. So obviously they didn't come from another world. So all that nonsense about them coming from another planet and coming here, they didn't come from another planet. They was created right here. They're artificial beings. We came from another planet. We came from another world. That's why they treat you like outcasts. But to the blind people who want to fit in, who want to belong, who want to be part of this thing, who think they are part of the human race, who think they are part, that we all the same, y'all not going to get this. You're not going to see it. You're blind. That's part of the curse too. That's part of the punishment that you cannot see. Said your light was taken away from you. You can't see why the so-called Arabs, your so-called Arab brothers can't stand your goddamn guts. They don't like you. You can't marry their daughter. You can't see why your so-called Africans don't like you. You can't see why the white man don't like you. The Asians don't like you. Nobody likes you. You ever wonder why? But they all get along. Not even the East Indians, who dark as hell, dark as you, but you can't marry none of their daughters. But why is it that if it's a racial thing, like I said, dark, black, dark skin, it was a racial thing, why is it the white man gets along with the East Indians? Like I said, and they don't get along with you, and why is the East Indians don't like you? There's racism in India. All right? There's racism in India. Why is it that you're considered the outcast? Why is it that everybody have a problem with you? The Chinese, the East Indian, the white man, all of them, because they're all brothers. They're all part of the creation, and they hate their God. They hate their overseers. And what happened? As soon as they got a chance, as soon as we mixed our seed with these people, we were put into bondage as a punishmental curse. You understand? We were cut off. We were cut from our rulership. And we were left here to be preyed upon by these beasts, by your white man, your East Indians, your Asians. All these people preyed on us, took our idols down, stripped us naked, raped our women. Why? Because we shouldn't have been amongst them in the first place. We stepped out of our place as the God race, as those woolly-haired beings, those solar beings, those people who had that solar intelligence. We stepped out of that. We are the fallen angels, which are your fallen gods on earth. We are the gods that were walking amongst men. But like I said, to a lot of our people who are burnt out, who are dead receivers, they're not going to get this. Because they, like I said, they're just like the beast now. That's the punishment. They think they're like these people. And they'll always wonder why. Why is it that racism? Why is this happening to us? Why? Everything will always be like why, and they'll always be lost. But for us in this day and time who are seeing it, who are picking up these messages and seeing it, we are being raised. This is the grace that we are coming from up. This is the punishment that's being lifted. When our people are starting to see again, certain ones of our people, the 144,000 that's spoken about in the book of Revelation, which is a very real number, that's talking about the evolution of a people arising again, of a new people. That a punishment or a curse, a punishmental curse is being lifted from a chosen few. The majority of the black race, they're going to stay under the punishment until they perish. You understand that? They're going to stay in the hoods, and their children are going to keep going through perpetual hell, getting shot down, getting locked up, and everything else because they want to stay under this mentality. They still under the curse. They don't want to come out. They're still under mental bondage. You understand? They still believe in the Arabs, the East Indians, the white man in China. They'll stab you in the back. That's part of the curse. That's part of the punishmental curse or the punishmental order. I don't like to use the word curse because it sounds, like I said, I don't want to sound like the Israelites and their old word. It's a punishmental order where we are disconnected. But like I said, we're being given another chance. We're being communicated with some of our people in this day and time. That's what the 144,000 is talking about, an evolution of a people out of the black race, out of darkness, out of mental darkness. This is real, very real. But to some of our people who are still caught in religion, like I said, y'all under laws that we gave to the humans to govern them. You still think God is some spook in the damn sky who's sitting on a cloud somewhere, and you don't know what he is, but then they'll be quick to tell me or say, oh, brother, well, what you saying don't sound right. And is that why? Because it don't go with your fantasy story about God sitting on a cloud somewhere or in space or wherever the hell you, in your imagination, God is, the God you don't understand. Well, we putting a face to God because we got complete understanding of it now, that it's people, advanced people. This is not hard. This is advanced people. You understand? It all makes sense if you are in tune, if you are intelligent, if you're trying to be part of religion, if you're trying to make sense of it based on your religious or limited religious beliefs that you got from the white man and the Arab and all these other people, then it's not going to make sense to you. It's going to go over your head. You're a dead receiver. But I tell the people, I say that if you are looking for me again to explain it, you know, because I've had 5% of, oh, well, brother, that don't sound right. It's like spookism and it's a fairy tale. Oh, really? But you guys say y'all God, right? You guys say you're God. And I said, okay, I agree. Our people are supreme. And they agree up to what they're willing to agree with, what sound right with their story. And I always say to these guys, how do you expect to learn anything if you're not going to listen to anything that's beyond your scope? If you're not willing to use logic, because really these people have no logic. They have no way of thinking, no common sense. That's part of the punishment. That's part of being one of the being that descendant people of the fallen angels. Because, as I said, when your light is cut off, your common sense is cut off, your intelligence is cut off. And you see that with these Negroes in religion all day. There's no intelligence there at all whatsoever. That's part of the punishment. That's part of the fallen angel. That's part of the the punishmental order over the descendants of the 200 fallen angels, the so-called children of Israel. That's the same. It's all the same people. You can call it 50 different names all you want to. It's a punishment on the so-called black race. You understand? That the light was cut off on us. Like our city is taken, a power is taken from the city, and people are wandering around in darkness. That's what happened to the black race because you don't even know who the hell you are. Our people don't know who they are. Our people think they Muslims. They think they Christians. They think they Israelites. They think they're 5%. They think they Moors. All this confusion. How is it that our people have all this confusion when we all supposed to be the same people? We look the same. How is it that we have all these different ideologies and philosophies when we all look the same? Why? Because that's part of the punishmental order. You understand? To put us in confusion. You understand? To keep us in confusion under the beast. And you got Negroes that's still pushing this mentality. But in this day and time, it said that the 144,000, the Son of Man would come back again. And he would raise the 144,000. I said that in the book of Revelation. How does the Son of Man raise the 144,000? By raising their intelligence, by cutting on their light again. By stimulating their intelligence and their common sense and raising their intelligence and making a connection back to the ascension. That's how. not by bringing them some more Islam or trying to explain some more spooky nonsense, not by trying to explain some Israelite nonsense or some Christianity and whatnot, which was all nothing but bondage, slave teachings, punishmental teachings that we were allowed to go up under these people. See, because once we stepped out of our place as the Amen beings, the ones who are supposed to be guarding these people, the ones who are supposed to be their guards, aka their gods on earth, as they spoke about in your Genesis, where it said God was walking amongst men, that was talking about us walking amongst the human beings. That's what that was. It wasn't no damn spirit or no spook like you Negroes want to believe. It was people walking amongst people. Just like it said in the Sumerian story, same thing. But our people don't want to accept that. You don't want to really be God. You don't really want, it sound good. You don't want to be supreme. You don't want to be a supreme race of people. You don't want that. You want to be like them. You still want to be like them. That's why it's hard for our people to accept this. You understand? This is why it's hard for our people to accept that you are the God race, that you are the Amen beings, but you still want to do the ways of the beast. That's the punishment. You're still caught in that perpetual rotation. Y'all, a lot of you got his genetics in them where you'll listen to this message and you'll take bits and pieces of what you want and then still go out and be the same way. You'll treat this message like church instead of clinging on to this message of mentellect, this knowledge of mentellect. You'll hear what you want to hear. You understand that? The religion was created for the beast and his people as because they were the slaves that were meant to serve the gods, meaning you. What were they meant to serve? They were meant to serve, meaning to work. Abdullah, slaves to people, not to no spook or no person in the cloud. And when they talk about the people in the cloud, they're talking about the ascension again, the God race who are on planet X. It's no coincidence that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad fought and them chosen letter X to call the people in the Nation of Islam to give them the name X. Why was that X vibration going through there? What generated or resonated that idea to use an X behind these black people's names? You understand? And what is the X? The X in Roman numeral is the number 10. And what did I teach the number 10 as? The separation of the 0 and the 1. What is the number 10? Separation of 0 and 1, meaning the separation of the linear and the circular state. Meaning the linear state was what the path we were supposed to be traveling on, and the circular state was the path that the human beings were supposed to be traveling on. The X people. You understand? 10. In the word 10, you see the word En, which means Lord, in the Sumerian. All of this links up. There's no, in that language, brother, but in this language, no. It all links up. It's all one language. However, the tongues were confounded or made to be confusion. It was meant to cause confusion. You understand? It's all the same language. Certain words were used, but the name that stayed in everybody's language was the name Amen. Amen, Amun, Amin, all that name stayed. Why? Because that is the true name of God and his people. Amen. A race of people. Not a spook, not a spirit, a flesh and blood people here on earth, your so-called black race. Like I said, a lot of our people, because y'all been in bondage so long, you know why it's hard for a lot of our people to accept that you're the God race? Because you still in bondage mentally. You could say, I don't care how much black power you talk, I don't care how much, I'm a black God, I'm a black this. In your mind, you're still under bondage to the beast. That's why you still sharing religions with him. That's why you still sitting up here calling yourself a black Muslim or a Muslim or a Christian or Israelite. These are all teachings of bondage that were not meant for you to follow. None of these things were meant for you to follow. And like I said, I know that's going to turn a lot of people off because it goes against what's the groove and the rotation that's in their mind. Because, you got people from the Nation of Islam that's listening. You got Sunni and Orthodox Muslims that's listening. And what they don't understand, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was trying to raise the intelligence of the people, raise them away from Christianity. So he used Islam to replace that. but there was supposed to be a greater evolution to come. The people in when Wallace Muhammad took over, he took it back into the circle, took y'all back into bondage under Orthodox Islam. You understand that? Keep you with your legs bent and your head up to the sky. That's the punishment. You're not supposed to be praying to anything. You're supposed to be part of the ascension. You understand that? That black stone or that black rock that they kiss in Mecca, you understand? They claim was Adam was created from. You understand? Really? That's a story. That's a story. Black meteors or rocks that fell from the sky or whatever that, But your humans were created in water. You understand? Your humans were created in water. When you start talking about a race of gods, of people that were not created in water, you're talking about your black race. We were not created in water. We came out of fire. Now, when you say fire, notice how the white man made fire synonymous with Satan or the devil. You understand? He made fire synonymous with evil, the devil, Satan. Right? But then all throughout your so-called Bible, they said God is destroying the earth with what? Fire. You understand? Firmaments. Everything in the creation, firmaments, fire. Everything fire is big throughout the Bible, but then they turn around and make fire evil. Our people came from the fire, from the light, not from water. That's why our hair rises up the way it does, and everybody else's drops down. We were those people who were here to govern the planet, and we had everything switched on us, and now we're under governmental force. You understand? You're under governmental force to the beast now, because that was the curse. Once the Amen beings cut you off, they took your power. Because once the people are reconnected, once the 144,000 come together and are reconnected, they will receive intelligence on earth. They will receive that ascended knowledge again, and it will move them ahead. Once they come to power, once they come together, it's like putting a receiver together or a radio together of receivers to pull in a power or in a force. You understand that? That's the whole point of it. I want y'all to do something. I'm going to show you something. How many of you all out there remember the movie The Omen? Just, I'm talking about not the crappy one they made in the millennium. I'm talking about the Omen that they made in the 70s. How many of you remember that? The story of Damien Thorne. Because in that story, if you notice the word omen, you see the word, it's really Amen, the Amen. All right? And in that story of Damien Thorne, if you look at the third part of it, the final conflict, right, you'll see where in the mountains, Damien Thorne is gathered with his people. Right, and they all there, and they speaking in unison. He said, y'all are the disciples of the watch. And the red light is going around them and going around them. That's all symbolism of something. And they all saying something. They saying, we here, we here, we here, we here, we here. Go get that movie, The Final Conflict. Watch that movie. It's the last part, it's the third part of the Omen series. They restarted it. You understand? But go watch that movie. You understand? There's science, there's knowledge, there's symbolism in that. The Amen, the Omen, it's the same thing. And they were saying, we here, we here, we here in unison for a reason. Not going to get into that. I'm going to talk about what that really is in the Supermen, Superwomen Pride. I'm not even going to break that down right now. It's too heavy for a lot. But watch the movie. That's dealing with the ascension right there that a lot of our people are missing and went over our heads. See, they try to make our ascension and our rise seem something like something spooky or evil to keep you all in religion, to keep you under the submental control of the beast. They don't want the fallen angels, the 200 fallen angels, the descendants of the 200 fallen angels to come back to power. They don't want that. Out of the descendants of the 200 fallen angels will be 144,000 that will rise up, who will receive connection again to bring about the new order. See, because during it before our people were cut off, the 200, so-called 200, were cut off, which they said was 1/3 of those beings in heaven. They said was supposed to, so that would be like 600, right? They said before our people was cut off, right? They say that it was supposed to be a new order on the planet. That they were going through an evolution before our people were cut off, but our people had got so caught up with the creation, they started to have love for the creation instead of governing the creation like how the beast governs you. He don't have love for you, but you started to have love for him. You started to have feelings for your creation. Talked about that where it said that the gods or the angels or whatever, the messengers got soft on the creation. Yeah, they got soft on them. And they started to, just like you black folks do when y'all get amongst the white man, you find one or two of them that's nice. And when I'm not saying be mean or wrong or whatever the people, I'm just saying y'all get soft because that's the compassion in you. And that's what happened with the 200 fallen angels. They got soft on the humans. The almond beings that were here, that were supposed to be governing the planet to watch the humans work, got soft on them. You understand? You allowed them, you started mixing your seed. The black man here, you know him. He started mixing his seed with the East Indian woman, the human, the Asians and all the women that started developing coming out of the cave who was doing the work because they was in the caves digging out gold. They were working. They tell you they come from the Caucasus Mountains. Like I said, a lot of this is over these Negroes' heads in religion. So we're not even, a lot of our people who are caught in that, we can't even really get this over across to you because y'all not dealing with knowledge. But y'all got soft. You got soft on the beast, just like y'all soft on them now. Just like even accepting their ways, mixing your seed, accepting their philosophies and things like how you Negroes, check it out. It wasn't a time where you, the black man and black woman, never thought about marching in no goddamn gay parade. Even if you had some down low people, they wouldn't have took part in that. Now look at our people now. These niggas is full-fledged marching in gay parades with the beast. They tattooing themselves. You would have never thought that would have happened. So they fell under the influence of the beast. That's how they fell. That's why the black race, or the so-called black man and black woman, became the 200 fallen angels. Y'all fell under the influence of the beast. You understand? Y'all fell under the influence of these people. How the 5% say y'all fell victim. You know, that sound weak for a man, a real man. But y'all fell victim. Y'all fell under. Y'all started having compassion. You know, the black man, he all horny and lusty. He started screwing the East Indian women and the white women and all the women that's coming out the cave. He having sex with them. Let them into Egypt, mix your seed. Then you seen black faces start going on the walls of East Indian looking faces and paler faces. Then you start seeing the seed and the bloodline mix out. Y'all start letting them in y'all societies. You understand? You know, you start doing like the white man do with the damn Mexicans. You let them cross the border and come in and work. Next thing you know, y'all laying up with them. You understand? It's the same thing. But see, in religion, they don't want it to make sense. They want everything to be a mystery. They want everything to be a mystery so they can keep you confused. This is dealing with people. An evolution of a people. The fall of a people. The fall was your so-called black race. It's very simple. Very simple. Notice we fell out of power everywhere. We ruled the damn planet, not just Egypt, Sumeria, all over the world. Now, have we not fallen out of power? Yes. You can't find even a damn African, so-called African in charge of even a country in Africa. He's a damn puppet. You understand? We fell out of power everywhere. Everybody sits on the thrones and in rulership where we want set. That's your fallen angels. That's your fallen messengers. Why did we fall? Because we had our connection severed mentally from the almond beings, from our almond God brothers and sisters. Our ascension, we had it severed because we chose the beast over the God race. We chose the humans over the almonds. You understand? And we still doing it. We still doing it. Every time you accept religion, every time you accept homosexuality and lesbianism and all this stupidity in society, material, every time you want to be part of this or you want to even take part in this black revolutionary Pan-African stuff, that's all of the beast, man. You accepting that over Amun and the God race. We're not supposed to be with none of that, man. We lost our future connection. When you have a future connection, That puts you ahead of everybody. The beast, he has a future connection now. That's why he was able to stay ahead of everybody. That's why he was able to get the technology. And what did not the technology keep him in power, keep him over everybody? You understand? Why? Because he started sucking away our future intelligence. He started tapping into our future intellect. He tapped into it through his satellites, through his connection. You understand? Through his seances, through his covens, through calling on things, through his incantations that we didn't want to do no more, that we didn't want to tune in. We didn't want to come together. They started congregating and forming covens and stuff amongst themselves, calling on that power, receiving. You understand that? We didn't do that. What they do, they pushed Christianity on us, and now these Negroes are so brain dead, they'll act like I said, like nothing happened. Like we just fell into Christianity and like some God threw Christianity down. That's what we're supposed to do. And they'll fight you on. They'll Jesus you out. They'll Jesus you out. But as I said, when you see me post all that stuff up about Amen, you see Sarah Silverman, Jewish woman, she's sitting up here talking about God, the black man is God, and got Amen on the damn thing. They telling you, and it's still gonna go over you Negroes' heads. Majority of our people, it's not gonna resonate in their mind. They make movies like Bruce Lee, letting you know who the God race is, who God is. God ain't alone. If they say God had angels, obviously, like I said, they look like him. You understand? But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. We fell into a submental state. We doing the ways of the beast. That's your fallen messengers. We were supposed to be receivers. When you say messenger is another word for receiver. Hello? Is it not? Messenger is another word for receiver. Did I not say our people were supposed to be receiving and sending messages mentally? Yes. Did I not say we're supposed to be mentalists? That we're supposed to be blank and receiving and sending messages? Yes. As we were before we fell. You understand? Amongst the beasts and became those 200 fallen messengers on earth? Were we not supposed to be? We were supposed to. All our job was supposed to be doing is to be receiving messages from the ascension. You understand? From the almond beings on high in the planet Nibiru X, to receive that intelligence here on earth, mentally, telepathically, to transform it out to these people and pass orders along. That's all our job was supposed to do, and keep them in order. When we was doing that, we had the whole world. We had the whole planet. The minute we stepped out of that, then you start seeing our rulership fall. You see, when they talked about the Inky and the Enlils and all of them, there was a fight. Like I said, the Sumerian, we had our kingdoms built up. Everything started to fall gradually. Once the fight started, it took thousands and thousands and thousands of years, but you started to see things corroding and corroding till we got down to Egypt. Next thing you know, because Egypt wasn't the height, Egypt was the fall. They ain't going to tell you what the height was. Egypt was the fall, not the height, because we built all over the damn place. You understand? When we start letting these people mix in with us, but like I said, these Negroes, they'll listen to the white man and the Arab call our people pagans, call our ascension, call our descendants and our ascendants and our bloodline God race. He'll let these Arabs, these damn Arabs, and these white men call our people pagans, and all they accept his Greek gay god Jesus. They'll kill you for Jesus, the Greek God. Jesus, for their Greek God. That's why I said Jesus is a Greek God. Jupiter and Zeus put together by the Council of Nicaea in 325. They used two pagan gods, the Jupiter from the Romans and the Zeus from the Greeks, which is the same God to get Jesus, a created being. There is no Jesus Christ. Israelites, Muslims, Christians, there is no Jesus, there is no Yahweh Shai, no and all that. Where you get that whole Son of Man thing from, yeah, there is a Son of Man, but he's not no Jesus Christ. No Jesus Christ person, nobody by the name of Jesus Christ ever walked the earth. That's a goddamn pagan God. That's a pagan God. Your Jesus that you niggas calling on in the church, that's a pagan. You understand that? That's a pagan you call on, a faggoty Greek God, a faggoty Greco-Roman God. That's what you calling on. That's what you worshiping. That's what you giving dead energy to, while the beast calling on Amen. He's calling Amen. You understand? He's calling the true and living God. He's calling on the true and living God. While you niggas in Africa calling on Shango and Babutu or whatever the goddamn African gods you calling on, some fake African gods, the white man's calling on Amen. He kicking y'all asses and taking your country. You understand? That's part of the punishment. You niggas are falling, man. You understand? You under the beast. Why? Because you want to be like them. You want to follow them. You want to be accepted. That's part of the punishment too. Was a time where they wanted to praise you and worship you and serve you and do whatever you told. Now you do the same thing. Now you become like that. Y'all niggas just switch places, like that movie Trading Places. That's what happened. That's what happened. Like that movie with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, Trading Places. That's exactly what happened. You understand that? You niggas traded places with the beast. He was supposed to be doing what you, he's supposed to be serving you, not the other way around. You understand that? And he know it's the truth. He know. But y'all sit up here like dumbfounded, like, oh, what he teaching? Racism? We are brothers, brother. And why they don't treat you like a brother, brother? In Islam and Christianity, they was hanging your black ass from a tree or had you serving some sultan, some Arab sultan somewhere. But you niggas, you handkerchief head niggas like Malcolm X, y'all still don't get it. And that nigga didn't even get it. He didn't even get it. We're going to do a broadcast on Malcolm X, Disciple or Deceiver Friday. You understand? For you Malcolm Xites. This nigga ran over there to start doing the Sunni Islam. You understand? Since you love Malcolm X so much. Yeah, we doing something on him too. Everybody's in the line of fire. Everybody's getting put on blast. The truth is coming out, raw and uncut. You understand that? We are the 200 fallen angels. We are the descendants of the 200 fallen angels. Meaning we are the 200 fallen angels. And we're trying to raise up. Yes, we populated and we had sex with each other and had sex all over the damn planet. There you see the so-called black race. We expanded all over the place. But hey, that's what it is. For those are people who can't accept that. If I didn't give you the religious answer, oh well, don't listen. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit up here and bullshit you and tell you lies about some demons that fell out the sky with horns on their head and red tails and whatnot. These are people. This is the fall of a royal people who came from another planet, your so-called black race. Planet X. That's the X that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Fard was in tune with. Planet X. That's what they was talking about. When they talking about the damn mother plane, they was using different words for it. That was Nibiru. You understand that? I tell these people all the time, Fard was the messenger. Elijah was God. The message was supposed to get to him. That's the God. To help start the raising of the fallen. The mentally dead. This is real. This is not a game. This is the reality of who our people are. The evolution. The ascension. You understand that? This is real. A lot of our people don't want to accept it, though. Oh, well, don't accept it. It ain't for you. You're going to stay in the darkness. You're going to still be of the fallen. Y'all still under the curse. Y'all still under that punishmental order. You Israelites that's sitting up here talking, oh, yeah, when we come to power, we're going to have sex with the white woman. You niggas still ain't learned yet. You still ain't learned. You still under that curse. The last thing you should be wanting to do is mix your seed with the beast. That's why you niggas are messed up right now. That's why y'all messed up. You got his genetics in you, too. That's why you talking like that. That's why you desire his women. You desire to be like him. A lot of you got his genetics all in you. You understand? That's why you desire to be like him. That's why you don't want your woman no more. You want his woman. You understand? Or something look like his woman. You understand that? That's why you dreads, you niggas run, and you can't wait to make everybody a roster that you one love bullshit. You love everybody. You niggas with that flowing hair. You understand? And everybody's one love with the damn the Chinese could be dreads, the white man, everybody your goddamn brother. Yet you niggas gotta live up in the damn, you had to live up in the damn hills somewhere in Jamaica. You understand? While a white man control your country. That's part of the punishment. That's part of the punishment. You understand? That's part of the punishment. That coon mentality, that coon spirit, that cooned out ass mentality you dreads got. A lot of you, unfortunately, a lot of our West Indian brothers, and you niggas here in America too, and you, our black Latin brothers and sisters, y'all tomed out too, a lot of y'all. That's part of the punishment. Where you will serve the beast. And all the world wondered after the beast. Really was wandered, followed after. That's part of the punishment. But see, the elect are going to come together in this day and time. That's what we're in the time of. That's why you're seeing all of this. The elect are going to come together and raise this frequency. Are you of the elect? If you are of the elect, come amongst your own. Come amongst the Supermen, Superwomen Project, where we bringing our people together. We coming out of the black race. We not sitting around here. We don't need no cheerleading squad. Either you of the elect or you not. That's the time we in right now. We supposed to be forming our own communities everywhere, coming together, putting away the old and starting to receive again as we did before we fell down and we fell down and lost our mental connection. Till we fell into that punishmental order and we got severed from our time with the almond beings and we fell down here with mankind and started thinking and acting and doing their way. That's when we started to descend, really. That's when we started to become the goddamn black race, the ones in darkness. When we went from the bright race to the black race. We lost our light. But see, tomorrow, for the elect, the 144,000, that's coming. That'll be a beautiful tomorrow. We're going to make that happen. Even if I'm not here to say, I don't care. It ain't about me. It's about the evolution of our people. We'll be right back. I told you, I said I'm not going to give a bunch of made-up religious things. This is real. Go back to Sumerian and find out that it's real. Yes, our people did, after a while, consume water into our genetic, into the fired being. And we were talking about, a lot of times when they talk about the firmaments that came to the planet, they're speaking about us, the fire beings. You know what I mean? Firmament, the fermental beings. We were part of the firmaments that came here, that went into the water. Remember, this planet was filled with water. What does water do? Water acts as a cooling agent. You understand? It acts as a cooling agent. So, yes, when we came into this atmosphere, we were pure fire. We were pure light. You understand? Our hair was stronger. You understand? We have, even in our skin now, we have a reddish complexion, which resembles fire. Though we have a blue solar plex inside. We are the center suns on the planet. There is a bottom sun, and there's an over sun. There's a yellow sun in the sky, blue sun in our solar plex, which give us that whole type of blue blood, and a red sun in the center of the earth, which is why you have all kinds of real volcanic eruptions and that molten lava going through the earth, because it's hollow. You understand? We are fire beings who cooled in the water, and water became part of our genetic makeup. You understand? It became how we were able to procreate on this planet, through our sperm cell, through our semen. You understand? Which carries water. We were the first ones to take water into our bodies to cool us here and to be able to make us walk on this planet. We were the firmament. All right? Now, that's a difference between those who were created in the water. You understand? Who were created from artificial elements. And from pieces of us and the lesser DNA or genetic that was thrown into the water, because all of the DNA and genetic of the animals that were here, right, that were actually elsewhere, were kept and sent to this planet and tossed into the water. We were the fire beings that came from the sky, the firmaments. All right? And as I said, our job was simple: to receive and govern the planet. That's it. To receive messages and govern the planet. You understand that? This is how we are supposed to receive thought, by becoming blank. Just to receive and send messages, to follow orders. That's the problem, if you notice, that our people have, following orders. Ego. Because we recognize as that almond race that we were God beings. The whole purpose of the humans being created was because we didn't want to work. The elect, the almond beings, our people didn't want to work. So we came with this idea to create humans, to create artificial beings. Same way the white man creates robots today to do his work. And computers, where the hell you think he got that from? The idea, that image generated in his head to create a slave labor or a slave population, or somebody to do his work. That came from us originally. We created them to work. And then they turned it around on you and put your black ass to work. Now you serve them. We were supposed to be receiving future intelligence constantly, staying ahead of everybody. That's why I told y'all, I said to my people, do not focus on the past and the present. Focus on the future. Focus your energy on the future as a collective, not as an individual. Y'all still not getting this. Our people are still not getting it. Y'all supposed to be moving as an order, as a group, as a troop, as a gad, or a troop, as they say in Hebrew. Not as individuals. Y'all still not getting this. Y'all slowing down. A lot of our people who are starting to come together to these supermen, superwomen projects, y'all starting to think together. But like I said, I want to start doing exercises and putting this covenant together, mental exercises, advancing. I want to move on. But as we trying to gather our people, we have to find our people in order for this to happen. It's like putting a puzzle together. This is how you're going to raise the descendants of the 200 fallen angels or the fallen messengers, so we can start receiving messages again. You understand? Why? When they referred to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as a messenger, you understand? Even though he was technically, you understand, Fard was used as a messenger, you know what I mean, by the almond beings, and his job was to really come and find Elijah. You understand, who they chose. And this ain't no spookism. This ain't no mystery. You understand? Because the future beings, the future ones of our people, just as you have children, grandchildren that exist in the future, these are the ones who chose that God, Elijah. They knew something about him. They saw the history of the future, I should say the future of what this man was supposed to do, who he was. They already knew his genetic makeup. So he was already chosen before birth. Fard was chosen to carry a message and then leave. That's it. Here, give them a message, leave and go. He was the first one who was in charge of pushing up the intelligence, or trying to heighten the intelligence of the almond beings. It wasn't about no Islam. That was just a cover. He was trying to raise the mentally dead. That was the key. That was the signal to raise the 200 fallen angels, the 200 fallen messengers, or the descendants on earth. You understand that? This is all prophecy. This is real. This is the raising of a mentally dead people. But as I said, you have people who have made a mental bond and connection with the beast to keep our people under that submental force, under that submental control, to keep us as the fallen people. See, because the beast has power as long as our people stay on that submental level, as long as we stay those dead receivers, as long as we stay those dead messengers on this plane, there will be no raising for us. There will be no connection for us. So this is why I said that in the book of Revelation that 144,000 had to be chosen to raise the frequency back up, for that connection to be made again. That's what we're trying to bring together. I said the supermental projection, the Supermen, Superwomen Project is short for the supermental projection. That is to make a connection, to make a mental link with the future. or the God race. Now, like I said, to a lot of our people, that sounds crazy, but like I said, look at what you're doing in society. Are you really in a position to judge? You niggas playing turning y'all playing music, turning damn turntables backwards and forwards and making scratching noises and calling that music. Y'all smoking weed that you don't even know what the hell you smoking. You understand? You believing in some God that sits on a cloud somewhere and praying into the east somewhere to God knows where the hell you praying to. You just praying into the east. But you mean to sit up here and tell about something that sounds crazy? The black man and black woman is in no position to judge what and what doesn't sound crazy. Only the ones who are the elect, the bright race, are. And they'll be able to do that by intelligence, by logic and common sense, which is the first foundation of true intelligence, which will connect you back, or forward, I should say, to the almond race. You understand that? Forget the damn black race. Don't ask them what makes sense or what sound crazy. They don't know. Niggas will follow a damn rolling ball. You understand? Don't ask the damn black race. Don't look for the black race. Yo, how that sound, bro? Well, how that sound? Don't ask these niggas nothing. They don't know. Like I said, look at what they doing. Do they look like they? Do they look like they in any shape mentally to judge anything? Look at the goddamn black race. They not in the shape to judge anything or anybody. Like I said, they not gonna like it because the majority of our people, they ain't gonna get the Christian answer. Sorry. You know, these niggas can't even. They still gotta. Anytime you mention slavery and Christianity, these niggas' ears cut off. They head like it's about to blow up. So you're not giving them the Reverend's answer. You're not giving them Reverend Pork Chop's answer about the 200 fallen angels and sin and all this crazy stuff. No, you're giving real answers, and that's a problem. See, they don't want real answers because they're not real. Our people have become artificial like the beast. I told you the beast is phony. He's phony. His whole mentality, the mentality of the beast is phony. It's artificial. His thoughts are not real. And if you notice, that plague has infested the minds of the black race. Y'all niggas not real no more. Your thoughts are not real. You hear the stupidity that come out of out of the mouths of the so-called black race? Do you hear it? Even the so-called educated ones. You understand? There's no intelligence there because they've accepted the artificial ways and thinking of the beast. In their books, in their philosophy, in their religion, and from their theologians, they've accepted that madness. They've accepted the Big Bang Theory and metaphysics and all that nonsense. You understand? Because that's part of the punishment, that you would come up under the beast mentally, that you would be a slave to him, that you would be a slave to his limited ways of thinking, that you would not be able to think. The majority of our people would not be able to think beyond him. But for the elect, beyond the chosen few, the 144,000, you will be able to think above and beyond him. You will make that supreme connection mentally again with the almond beings, with the true gods. People, not no spooks, not no spirits, not some unseen being. People. You understand that? Light beings. Flesh beings. Advanced beings. That's too much for a lot of our people to accept. That's why I said we'll see. So I'm looking at the phone line. You're going to see a lot of our people drop off the phone line because it's not what they want to hear. That's okay. You're not supposed to listen. You're only going to get part of it. I don't understand the people. You get this message, and you'll listen to what you want to hear. Now, when I did the Mentellect broadcast, that should have been filled up. The Mentellect broadcast should have been filled up. Because that's dealing with future intelligence. That's actually what's important in leading our people into the future. But like I said, we didn't get a lot of listeners for that. We had a good number of listeners from the people who come out to class and whatnot. But that's the start of a new connection, a new mental connection to the almond beings. This is real. See, a lot of y'all are tuning in things you're familiar with. Oh, he's gonna talk about the fallen angels. Oh, that'll be a good one. Oh, he's gonna talk about the Illuminati. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's all past knowledge. That's really nothing. That's past and present knowledge. That's nothing. Mentellect is what y'all should be tuning into. That's what you should be coming to these classes for, coming amongst the 144,000, the bright race. But y'all want to stay amongst the dead black race and live with them, sleep with them, have children with them, be friends with these niggas. You understand? You want to stay amongst the mentally dead. You understand? And then you want to get, like I said, like the people in the church, you want to get your charge. That's why I said that's another part of the punishment. Y'all got that religious mindset where y'all do things in circles, but you won't follow through. You won't go in a linear state like you're supposed to. You're not going to leave your mind frame of where you are to move on and become blank and be that receiver to come amongst the elect. Y'all not going to do that. And that's the only thing that's required of you. Not no goddamn praying, not no fasting, not no giving some charity away to somebody, some stupidity like that you got from some Arabs. You understand? Not banging your head on the floor 7 to 8 times or 5 times a day, kissing rock. None of that nonsense, none of that ritualistic nonsense, no dancing. You understand? Or chanting. That's not what's required of you. That's stupidity that the human beings do, that they think please the God when that's just folly. What you're supposed to be doing is coming together in this day and time as the elect and be receivers to receive this knowledge and find our people. That's how you're going to strengthen the connection. That should be your only purpose. Because everything else, like I said, making money and stuff like that, that's easy. That's nothing. Taking care of yourself, that's nothing. The things that y'all make to be so hard and, I'm trying to, it's so damn trivial. It's easy. It's nothing. It's trivial stuff that you put all this energy and focus into. My man this, my boyfriend this, I need this money, I gotta chase this, I gotta chase that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's trivial. These are the things you put energy into. These are the things you put focus into. When if you are truly of the elect, as you say, you're supposed to be amongst your people. You're supposed to be coming amongst your people to form this new tribe, form this new family, form this new covenant. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Not out here in the world chasing behind some nigger or some niggerette. You understand? Or smoking some weed looking for your next high, your next drink, or in the club shaking your black ass. Or talking some stupidity with some other mentally dead nigger. You understand? You're not supposed to be doing that. You understand? But that's what y'all want. That's what y'all want. You want to hear a religious story. Like I said, that's why I'm looking at the phone line now. I see people dropping off because that's not what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth. If not, 9 times out of 10, the people that are dropping off, that's your religious people. I mean, I'll bet you that's your Christians, your Muslims, your Israelites. They wanted to hear something else. They didn't want to hear themselves getting chastised. They didn't want to hear their beliefs getting chastised. You know what I mean? They didn't want to hear that part. They just want to hear something about some demons and some red horns and some bullshit. Some nonsense, some made-up fantasy and whatnot, and so they could get their prey on and get praised up and get a charge off my word, then they're going to go back out into the world and doing what they same little stupid rotation of nonsense. That's not what this is about. This is about truth. This is about reality. This is about logic, truth, and reality. This is real. This is real people. This is talking about the evolution of a people. The majority of the so-called black race, they finished. They are burnt out receivers. They are just, like I said, you know how the light bulb gets burnt out in the damn socket when you can't turn them on? What happens? You got to take the bulb out, throw it away, and change the bulb. That's what has to happen with the black race. A bright race has to come on in order to turn on this intelligence. This is so real. I can feel it. That's why I'm passionate about it. I'm not playing. Obviously, I see, so I'm not getting up here for no accolades. I'm not getting up here for no money. I'm spending my own money on this. You understand? I'm not getting up here because I want somebody to, that brother deep. I'm not out here for that. I don't give a damn about the FBI and all this. I don't care about none of the white supremacy group and all that. Like I said, that's something else. I don't care about that. You understand? I'm not trying to get at you, brother, but I don't care about that. I'm not here. I answer to a higher authority. You understand? I don't care about what nobody else doing. A lot of these niggas out here with these little movements, these little makeshift movements they get up, they a bunch of black devils, man. These niggas is a bunch of demons. They part of that burnt out race of people, the ones who want to keep our people in darkness. Niggas who still using names like metaphysics and black and all that. A lot of these niggas are a bunch of black devils and they serving the beast. You understand that? They serving the beast. They causing confusion. You understand? These conscious people, things like that, they causing confusion. That's part of the punishment. That's part of the 200 fallen angels. They going to keep going in circles, going in rotation, still pushing the same nonsense. You understand? You know, I'm not interested in the conscious people. I'm not interested in the educated people. I'm interested in the intelligent people, the ones who are coming in tune with this God knowledge, this almond knowledge. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in the religious people. I'm not interested in none of that. This ain't for you unless you're ready to raise yourself from that. I'm not interested in the government or FBI. I answer to a higher authority. I say it all the time. I don't fear anything. I answer to a higher authority. Whatever happened to me, it don't matter. You understand? I'm not interested in that. I serve the God race, the almond beings. I serve them. I'm a receiver for their knowledge, for their future knowledge, the real controllers of this thing here. You understand that? So even people who come in with this conspiracy stuff, and don't bring that here. I don't want to hear any of that. I'm not interested in what nobody. I'm not interested in what the white man doing. You understand? I'm not interested. I already know what he doing. More than what you people put out here when y'all talking about the FBI and the government. I know what they doing. They doing their job. They doing fine. They doing what they supposed to do. The beast is doing what he's supposed to do. It's not a problem. Not interested in these people. You people that's sitting around here keep still with this conspiracy BS. Like I said, y'all still love the beast. Because you can't have a single damn thought in your head, and that go for you niggas in the conscious movement. You can't have a single thought in your head without the white man. Well, what if the white man is, and what if the white man that, and the FBI and the KKK? You niggas are part of the curse, man. You guys are part of the curse. You guys, when we trying to vibrate on a higher frequency, we're not even dealing with no black nonsense. We're not dealing with no black revolutionary bullshit. You understand? We're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with no red, black, and green over here. This is dealing with the bright knowledge. This is dealing with future intelligence. We're not interested in America. We're not interested in the government. We're not interested in none of that. We're not against it, nor are we for it. We just here, and we trying to serve a higher authority. That's it. Anybody else who want to come with this conspiracy bullshit about black, red, and green and us against them, you in the wrong. You listening to the wrong show. You listening to the wrong broadcast. You listening to the wrong message. You understand? We got no problem with the government. They doing what they supposed to do. Now, I know that people are hearing me saying, oh, that brother sold out. What he trying to say? No, nigga, listen to the message. You sold out because you care about these people. You understand? You worrying about what they doing. I'm not interested in what they doing. We beyond that mentally. We going beyond that. You understand? It's damn right. It's just a mental detour. We're not taking no more mental detours. We don't need nobody telling us about what the white man doing. For all these niggas that heard all that, I'm not getting at you, brother. I'm not getting at you, brother, in the chat. I'm not trying to get at you. I'm just talking in general to all these people because I get tired of people telling me about what the Illuminati. You niggas don't know what the Illuminati doing. They doing their job. Leave them people alone. Let the beast do what he do, which is what you niggas were supposed to be doing before we fell out of contact with the almond beings. We were supposed to be governing the damn planet. They wouldn't be necessary if we was doing our job. You understand? They doing the job they supposed to do because we ain't did our job. You understand? They keeping order right now, and that's necessary. They are necessary for now. And that's that. I'm going to answer these questions because our time is getting short. I'm open for calls if people want to call in and ask me about the 200 fallen angels and things. Like I said, it's the black race. We are the descendants of the 200 fallen angels. Therefore, we are the children of the 200 fallen angels. We are the people that fell into this world, the rulers that fell into this world, the messengers that fell into this world and who are now in bondage under the beast. That's the fallen angels. We're trapped off in hell. This is hell. You understand? Because we going in a rotation. We are under punishmental order because we're not receiving linear intelligence or linear knowledge or mental to pull us into the future. We are receiving a bunch of ritualistic BS, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, metaphysics, or whatever you can think of, the Moorish science, all that nonsense, that circular nonsense. That's not natural to us. We're supposed to be receiving linear knowledge to move us into the future. We're not supposed to be sitting here interacting with these people. So if any of your knowledge is dealing with interacting with the beast, then like I said, you under that punishmental order. If you niggas still sitting around here, like I'm going to keep saying, you still sitting around here trying to make a deal or trying to get some land or you trying to get sovereign and all that bullshit, y'all still chasing that dream, you go right ahead. You understand? Keep chasing that dream. That's fine. You understand? We're not dealing with that over here. We don't want to hear it. You understand? Y'all will wake up. Hopefully, y'all will wake up. But that's part of the punishment too. You know. You know. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about this whole concern with what they doing. I'm not talking about that. You understand? I'm not talking about that. Our people, I make money in the society. I own my own business. I make money in the society. I'm not interested in what the beast's doing. I know what he's doing. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Even the black-ass devils, they doing what they're supposed to be doing. You understand? What I'm saying is, if you are of the elect, you shouldn't be worried about it. See, people who are of the elect, people who are of the 144, the people who know they're of the elect, they're going to come together amongst their people. They're not going to worry about that. They're not going to be worrying about what the beast's doing. You understand? Because if that means that your mental focus is off. If you're worrying about other people, you're supposed to only be focused on the evolution and the coming together of our people, if you are of the elect. I'm not getting at you, brother. Just letting our people know. I'm going to take a call, 347. 347, you on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, Brother Mental. My question for you is, where predominantly is the Amen beings? Would you say they reside in just America primarily, or are they scattered around? Because stories always say, depict American blacks as the chosen people.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know if the Amen race is just based in America, or is it globally and they're in Africa as well? That's my question.
Some of our people are all over the planet. Some of our people are in Africa. Amongst the Africans, they think they're Africans, but they're not. You can look and tell who are the Amen beings amongst the Africans, and you could tell who our people are. The majority of the people are here in the North America. A lot of our people are in South America. Our people are all over the planet. The 144,000 is all over the planet. They scattered.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your answer, sir.
Uh-huh. Questions, comments? If we got any questions and comments, taking calls. We down to about 28 minutes. I'm going to answer everything. Was that you, Melanie, that called in? Or are you going to call in now? Did you call in? Was that you? Okay. Well, let me see before I start talking again. All right. Like I said, as far as money go, we wouldn't even have to worry about money if we was coming together collectively and building the same way the Jews come together. The 144,000, the elect is supposed to be coming together, and we supposed to be living for, of, and by each other in our own communities, our own stores, shops, and whatnot. Because, like I said, people talk about, you can't survive. If you got, I'm like this. Money comes and money goes, but if you got your people together in your unit and your people are strong, you'll always be fine. The black race is going to be messed up because they think like individuals. They cutthroats. They think like individuals. See, the white man, they together. The Jews, they together. The Mexicans, all them other people, the beasts, they together. They'll be fine. The niggas, y'all finished. The niggas is finished. You understand? Because the first thing you got, like I said, and it proves it. Look at how these niggas was acting in Haiti. Look how they was acting in New Orleans. That show you right there. You understand the chaos and the confusion. You understand? That's not going to happen amongst the bright race. That's what I'm trying to prevent and bring our people out of the black race. We have to dump out this black mentality. We got to dump this black mentality out. You understand? It's poison. You understand? We have to dump out this black mentality. That's the thing that's killing us in this day and time. The thing that's slowly killing and choking the hell out of our people. That's what took us under the beast. That's what brought us under. You understand? This is the hell that we fell into under him, mentally and physically. This is the hell we fell into. This is our punishment. The Israelites was right about that. This is punishment. But they want to stay under the punishment. See, because when you start returning the punishment, when you start talking, we get even, it's our turn, that means, if it's your turn, that means his turn going to come again too. See, because you still didn't learn. You still didn't get it. No connection with these people, meaning no connection unless you have to. Just that means no mixing your seed. That means no interaction with these people unless it's totally necessary. Get what I'm saying? If it's not totally necessary, then you don't need to. I'm not saying be rude to anybody. Don't be nasty. Don't hate anybody. I'm not saying. I'm not talking about hating. No, I don't hate anybody. It's not about hate. It's not about love. It's not about any of that. It's about what the order was. We were not supposed to come into their lifeline, their time, their circle of life. We're not supposed to be in their circle of life, interacting with them or messing with their revolutionary state. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be moving on our own evolutionary state, on our own evolutionary or linear line. You understand? That's what we're supposed to be doing. You understand? We're supposed to be moving on our own evolutionary line. I'm going to take another call, 469. Yeah. 469, you're on air.
Yes, I have a question. When you said mixing your seed, does that also go for your conversation or your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, because you can speak to people, but see the problem with our people is we tend, and it's not even just for the so-called white man and the rest of these people. That also goes to the so-called black race too, because as I said,
right.
we are rising from amongst the black race, and a lot of times we sitting up here, and let's say you're trying to vibrate on a high mental frequency, you thinking about the almond beings and the almond race and the ascension. Then here comes some black woman talking about Nicki Minaj or some stupidity.
Right. Okay.
Right. And next thing you know, your mental level is dropped to a submental state, and you're talking about Nicki Minaj, some stupidity with her.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm on the path. All right.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Mhm. So, let me see. I want to get the rest of these things out. Like I said, if our people feel they have the elect, then y'all should be bringing the Supermen, Superwomen project to you, because I'm coming to my people through that, because this is about the ascension of our people. You understand? Everybody should be excited about this. Everybody should be excited about, how do I become part of the State of Mental? How do I become a mental? Because the State of Mental is not a Facebook group, my people. It's a real future intelligence movement of the almond race. This is real. Go to the SOM.info. Sister, put that up in the room for me. The SOM.info. You understand? Go to the SOM.info. And like I said, stay in touch with me, because right now we're gathering in New York. We are gathering in New York. We need our people. Like I said, as we start in New York and we're going to eventually branch out, we wanted to get our own community set up. We wanted to set up a mentalist community. We wanted to set up a State of Mental community. A mentalist community where we separating ourselves from the black race. You understand? See, because we have to, in order to come together and teach our children and raise our children, in order to raise the ascension of our children, we have to separate from the black race. The same way the Jews make sure they separate from the Gentile, a.k.a. the white race, we have to, as the bright race, separate from the black race. That's real. You understand? And move amongst them and whatnot only when necessary. See, because the majority of our people, they just not gonna get it. They're not gonna be in that state of trying to evolve. They're not in that mindset. Their mindset is, they want to be in the world. Like I said, the majority of our people are no different than the damn white man. They're no different. They carry the same thoughts and the mentalities. I see it all the time. You understand? But those of our people who are the chosen, we're going through an evolution right now. We're going to have to come together in the community and separate. Well, those people are saying real talk. Then why I want to see these people at the Supermen, Superwomen project. Why y'all not coming out? Especially you people who in New York, y'all ain't got no excuse. Y'all should be flocking. Now, I know if these people who are listening to this broadcast, who listen to me on the regular, they'd be flocking to the Supermen, Superwomen project. You should be showing your face. You should be saying, how can we go out here and get our people? Because that's the only way we're going to be able to raise this ascension and strengthen this thing. If you really say you dissatisfied and you tired and you ain't going to just, you listening to me just because, I'm mad, I'm tall, I'm, this, that, and the third. No, you should be here. You understand? You should be here. Ain't nothing to be shy about. Ain't nobody looking at you like that. Ain't nobody judging you like that. Like I said, if you are of the elect, come amongst the elect. Come amongst your people. This ain't a game, man. This is not me. Like I said, This is the only way we're going to start raising the ascension. We're going to be talking about society building and building the infrastructure of the state of Mentel on the next project in August 26th. We need the sisters and the brothers there. We are the new nation of Islam in our day and time. You understand? Yeah, calling everybody out, not just you, everybody who ain't showing up. I'm doing this for y'all. This is for us. This is for the ascension. It ain't just for me. I don't care about, it ain't about me. It's about us. It's about the ascension. It's about the evolution of our people. The God race, the Amen beings, the mentalists. This is real. This is coming through me at this day and time. This ain't coming from me. This ain't my philosophy. This ain't my religious belief. And as much as I tell these Negroes who have the religion thing, because like I said, they want it to be their religious belief. Go somewhere with your dead religious belief and go pray and bang your head on the floor in your moments of insanity. We're not interested in you. This is not for you. This is for the evolution of our people, the God race, the Amen beings. Those of you who can feel this ascension and the evolution of the people, like I said, get the hell out these different chat groups with these Negroes who talking this BS on Facebook, who ain't talking about nothing but just staying trading off, dissing each other and stuff like that. Come up out that madness. You understand? Come out of that madness and that stupidity. You're supposed to be here with your people, coming together, trying to build this community, becoming that bright woman, becoming that bright man, coming together, trying to breed that future race, building businesses together with your people, coming together for, of, and by each other, not being niggas out in the world saying, oh, I'm not like them, but you amongst them. You understand? You know, our people want things to change, but then, like I said, you don't want to do things to change yourself. You understand? You're supposed to be coming amongst your people in this day and time. Real talk. The elect are gathering. We ain't just doing these supermen, superwomen projects for nothing. This is about gathering the elect. This is about forming a family. This ain't about, coming to hear the intellectual speak and have me blow your mind. No, this is not that. This is establishing an intelligence community, a future intelligence community. You understand? Establishing a mental-lectual community. A God, an Amen community. You understand that? This is about establishing a new people, making mentellect a natural way of life, not a normal way of life, but a natural way of life. You understand? A natural way of life. Mentellect is supposed to come out as a natural way of life, and us gathering amongst each other is supposed to be a natural thing. We're supposed to be living this, not as something that's coming to blow our minds or listen to me talk every month and waiting for me to say something to blow your mind. If y'all here for that, I tell the people that come out, don't come out. I'd rather the seat be empty. Because, you just like I said, you like the people on drugs. The minute you got your high, you're going to leave. The minute you don't get high off this no more, then you're gonna evaporate, and you just want to go back into the nigga nonsense world. You want to be part of that. So don't come amongst us. I'm not here to blow your mind. I'm not the amazing Kreskin. And I'm not going to do magic tricks for you. I'm not going to come giving you that. Time's going to come where a lot of this is going to just seem like it's just natural. It's going to resonate in your head. That's why I keep saying, and I told a brother before, I said I might repeat things. I'll say things for a reason, because I wanted to start to generate a picture or an image in your head. So sometimes you have to keep, how you turn a car on and it's sparking, and you got to keep turning on till the car is running, it's running, and then you can start feeding it more gas and things like that, and giving it more things to it and whatnot, and just running the car and whatnot. But that's the whole point of doing this. We are trying to turn the car on and make it run naturally forever. I'm using the car as a euphemism for your mind. You understand that? Like I said, we do that when we talk about, collecting and doing what we doing. That's, like I said, y'all, this is your class. The Supermen Project, the Supermen, Superwomen Project is your project. It's not mine. It's not benefiting me. It's your project. It's you're coming together with your people. This is really about building a state, a society, for real. Not no Facebook group, not me just sitting up here talking to y'all and just, the brother's deep and he heavy. Yeah, the brother's going in. No, that's not what this is about. I'm as serious as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was when he was building the nation. This is our nation. I'm as serious. We're gonna have the flag up coming to next Supermen, Superwomen project. The flag you see with the lightning on it, the blue, that's gonna be at the next State of Mentel Supermen, Superwomen project. We raising the flag. We separating ourselves from the black race as of 2012. We calling in the bright ones of our people, the elect. Because that's what the only thing that's gonna alter this planet and speed things and start to speed things up and get it going. Not some people sitting around here being phony well wishers. Yeah, brother, that's deep, brother. We don't need you niggas doing that. We don't need no sympathizers and supporters. You understand? This ain't no welfare group. This ain't no handout group. This is real gods and goddesses, real almond beings coming together. This is a step into the future. Let me finish answering these because our time is getting short. Who were the 200 fallen angels? The black race, the so-called black race. That are people who fell out of connection with the almond beings, who were the bright race who became the black race. Understand? We lost our light. We lost our connection into the future because that put us ahead of the human race. Once we lost that connection, we fell squarely into the circle or into that circular realm of past and present with them. We fell into their timeline. The reason why I said because when we was in tune, notice that we built structures and brought technology into the world that was ahead of the beast and everybody. Then when we fell out, then he came to power. Then he started being ahead of technology and bringing things in. So our places were traded. All right, that's us. 200 fallen angels, the 200 fallen messengers. Is this just a made-up biblical story? No, it is not. It comes from the Sumerian tablets and the Enuma Elish and the Gilgamesh epics. They took that story out of there and added it to the Bible and added it to the Genesis and things, but they took certain parts out of it. That's one story that they took. It's the fall of a people on earth. You understand? A race of people who are walking amongst the humans who are not human. That's you, so-called black men and black women who are the almond race, not the human race. You are a totally different species. Look at your hair. Look at your skin. You're not like these people. You understand? It's not a made-up biblical story. There's not no theory. It's not no fantasy. It's a very real story about the fall of an alien people or people who came from another world. That's you, so-called black man, bright woman. All right. Are the 200 fallen angels on earth today? Yes, as the black race. The ones who are in bondage, mental bondage, and some of you still in that physical bondage under your jobs, under the beast. Because you got to watch what you say on your job. You can't say this. You can't do that. They want you, you got to be this way. You got to be that way. You slaving for these people just to eat. And we should be together amongst our people. Where did they really come from? They came from Planet X, known as Nibiru. You understand? That's why I said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was in tune because, like I said, the number X represents 10 in the Roman alphabet, I believe. In the Greek alphabet represents number 10, which they refer to as X, the 10th planet. Right? The ruling planet. The number 10 is the ruling. Also, like I said, in 2010, or the number 10 represents the separation of the circular state and the linear world. Our world separating from them, meaning the evolution of the rays, the bright race out of the black race, which is in which the majority of our people are still caught in that circular state under bondage mentally. Okay, where are they here? Why are they here on Earth? Our people are here on Earth because we are dead. A lot of our people are mentally dead. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying. When he was saying it in a primitive and a crude way, he said that we are mentally dead. That was his way of saying we are dead receivers. We are not receiving the intelligence of God on earth, meaning the almond beings, the God race. We not being, because the 5% almost say, oh yeah, the black man is God. He got the potential. I said, then why is God not ruling the planet? Why is he under the beast? Oh, well, all black men are gods. We got the potential. Well, like I said, if the light ain't cut on, and if the light ain't cut on in the room, then I don't give a damn if the light ain't useful to me if it ain't cut on in the room. That's how I'm going to put that. If the light ain't cut on in the damn room, then it ain't useful to me. You understand? So let me continue. I'll answer your question in a second, sister. I just want to get through this. Yeah, so our people are here on Earth. We were supposed to be governing the planet and governing the human race, but now we've fallen out of contact, so we're just burnt out. A lot of our people are burnt out receivers, but the whole point of the 144,000 to cut the light back on and start receiving future thought or future intelligence again. Right? What is their connection to the so-called? What is the 200 fallen angels' connection to the so-called black race? We're their descendants. We are their bloodline descendants here on Earth. What do they plan on doing in the future? Hopefully rising up as the 144,000. You understand? The elect, strengthening that mental connection again. Hopefully that's the whole point of all of this, to raise up again, to receive future knowledge. Let me answer the sister's question. You're asking me, does the almond beings have a distinctive physical look to them? What about if they are mixed, not by choice? If they're mixed not by choice, then they are the almond race. A lot of our people who are of the almond race, they are being sent messages mentally. So even if you are mixed, if you have one white parent or something like that, or whatever parent that's not of the almond race, and you're still receiving messages of where you belong here, then you are of the almond race. That is a bright connection. It's not a black connection. That's another way of dealing with that whole nonsense. No, whoa. What is this King Noble black rulership? No, brother. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Brother, I don't post in your groups no more because I'm not part of what you're doing. I'm not interested in any black rulership supremacy. We're dealing with the bright race. Okay? We're not dealing with no I'm not posting. I don't post black supremacy in my group. I'm not dealing with black supremacy. I'm not dealing with metaphysics. I'm not dealing with consciousness. This is dealing with the bright race and intelligence. Please do not post that in my room. You understand? As a reason why I don't post in your group, it's no offense to you, brother. It's no offense to you. You understand? Don't post that in my group because I don't like what you about. Okay? I don't like what you about. Don't do that in my thing. I will not post anything in your groups anymore. I don't like the sister posting anything on my page. I don't do that in your thing. I'm not interested in black supremacy. I'm dealing with the bright race. I'm not interested. The hell with the black race. I'm dealing with the bright race. You understand that? I'm dealing with the bright race. Not interested in any black nonsense. Because the men, like I said, the fact that you referring to your group as militant black hippies shows me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then get the hell out of my room. The fact, nigga, that you referring to your group as black hippies show that you a black Caucasian. You a goddamn fool and a black Caucasian. Like I said, that broadcast I did about the black Caucasians, that's you, nigga. That's you. With your matted ass hair. Get out of my room. Don't come back in here no more. Because you disrespected here. You coming in here, posting in here. You understand? Get out of the room. You understand? You a black Caucasian. You running around here with your hair matted and whatnot. You got girls going out here laying up with them. Get this black supremacy nonsense out of my room. I don't want that in here. You understand that? Don't come in my group no more. I don't want you on. That's why. As a reason why I don't accept you as a friend on my page, because you part of the confusion. You are causing the confusion. You understand? People like you are still taking this black bullshit. Y'all causing confusion. They'll come with this black supremacy nonsense. You causing confusion. I wasn't gonna put you out there on that. I wasn't gonna put you out there like that, King Noble. But you one of the people that's causing confusion. You with this sex ring and that bullshit that y'all doing in Chicago and that matted hair. You getting up here trying to act like you know what you're talking about when you talking about a bunch of nonsense and foolishness. You understand? No, I'm not a hater. I just don't want you around me. Don't come around me with that foolishness. You understand that? It must be something wrong with my button because I keep trying to push you out of my room. There's a reason why I don't accept you as my friend. Stop sending me friendship requests. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And I said it in a nice way. I tried to. I thought you would have got the point. That's right. I'm interested in the bright people, not the black race. And this is not no light-skinned, dark-skinned thing like you're thinking. You understand? No, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. Like I said, I don't agree with you. What you did was rude. How you came in here promoting that nonsense was rude. You understand? Don't do that in here. I don't want to be associated with nothing, nobody in the conscious movement, that conscious black stuff talking. I've been saying that all throughout my broadcast. Like I said, I respect whatever you doing. That's up to you. That's fine, but don't come in here with that. You understand? Go back to your little group with your women and y'all talking about black rulership and black power. I don't want to be associated with that. You causing distractions now. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time. I'm about to, wrap this up in a minute because, like I said, if that's not you doing that, Mr. King Noble, whatever you call yourself, if that's not you doing that, then that's fine. But like I said, I'm making my stance known here right now. Do not come in my groups and do not post anything in here. I don't want this. This is my broadcast. I paid for this, and I'm not hating on anybody. I don't want that in here. You understand? I don't want that in here. I don't want none of this, the black nonsense in here. You understand? I don't want that in here. I keep saying, yes, I want this person kicked out. I don't know why it's not kicking the person out. We don't need, I don't want to hear, that's not what we about here. I'm in this broadcast. Like I said, if this is not King Noble doing this, then like I said, brother, no, I ain't mean to put you out there on blast, but if that is you, don't do that in my group. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I'm not going to apologize for what I said. My thoughts on what you're doing, that's my thoughts personally. You don't have to like what I'm doing. That's fine. That's fine. But don't post in my groups. There's a reason why I don't post in your group any longer. There's a reason why I don't want anybody posting anything on our page. I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just not dealing with what y'all dealing with. I'm not interested in that. Not interested in any black supremacy. All that stuff is of the past. It's dead, man. It's of the bright race. Because the so-called black race, y'all mentally dead. Y'all want to still be out here chasing ass, getting high, walking around, calling yourself hippies and talking consciousness. All that's a bunch of nothing but a bunch of white nonsense you got from the beast. Like I said, some blackface teaching that you got from the beast. Not interested in that. I'm interested in future intelligence. That's how we getting down here, the bright race. Join us Wednesday night, where we're going to talk about the real reason why racism will never end. You understand? The real reason why racism will never end. Like I said, I didn't mean to just, when I see things like that, and maybe I just let myself, I just get a certain way because I don't want certain things. I don't want to be associated with certain things. And maybe, like I said, I came out wrong with that, and I got a little bit, but I just don't want to be associated with certain things. I don't want to be associated with certain things, certain messages and whatnot. If that's what y'all want to teach, that's fine. I'm teaching a whole different message. I'm only interested in the bright race. That's not light-skinned people. That's not mixed-race people, whatever stupidity people want to claim it. That's so-called black people who have higher or solar intelligence, who are advancing to a different state. That's it. I don't have to explain myself and what I'm doing. Join us Wednesday night. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz. 9 p.m. Good night. State of Intel Radio.